All right, hi guys. I don't. Hold on. I'm upside down. You need to come over here. Hi guys. We started this video and it didn't record. Funny. Let me make sure that the mic's on. I believe it is. Yes, mic is on. Okay, we're good to go. Sorry.
We had a foobar. It happens.
Let me get in the thing. We're making an old school cheesecake from the 90s. I have so many recipe books that I just printed out stuff back in the 90s, and all the pages are yellowed and I never made them before. So we're making a baked vanilla cheesecake. And the first part, which I'm going to explain to you now, because it didn't record, it calls for a dough to be made for the bottom of the springform cheesecake pan. So what I did is I had to sift 1 2/3 cup of flour. I had 1 stick of butter plus 1 tablespoon cold butter cubed. If you're using salted butter, you do not need salt. If you're using unsalted butter, you need a pinch of salt. That's all it calls for. That's the only difference. I'm using salted butter, didn't need the salt. So I sifted the flour. Then I had to cut the butter into the flour so where it looked like breadcrumbs. And I'm sorry, we're already past that before we realized that it wasn't recording. So then it asked me to mix in 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 whole egg, and enough ice water to make a dough. Everybody's different. It calls for 4 tablespoons of ice water, but it was still flaky. So we ended up using 6. Use your judgment. It feels like Play-Doh. That's the consistency you want it at. Then it has to be refrigerated for 30 minutes. We're at that part now. I'm going to pull it out of the refrigerator. And then we're going to move into the next part. I'm sorry, guys, it didn't record. But let's move on. Welcome back, by the way.
It happens. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
All right, so let's get this dough on the road. Cold dough. Oh, it's hard. I guess that's good. All right. It told me to do it for 30 minutes. All right. It says to preheat your oven to 350. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So oven's preheated. Now it doesn't say to grease your pan. Old school is different than new school. I went ahead and greased the pan, just to be on the safe side. It's a springform pan, but I don't want cheese sticking all over it. So we're going to take our dough, and what this old recipe says, I'm going to, on a floured surface, I'm going to roll out the dough to fit the bottom of my springform pan. And like I said, I oiled it. I use spray pan into the pan.
Now, when you use spray oil, does it matter what type to use?
No, not at all.
Personally, I like the extra virgin olive oil.
No, you're not using
spray.
olive oil. No, you're not using the olive oil spray. That's for the air fryer. You're using something like Pam or a equivalent of a store-bought one. It doesn't matter. Just something like this. It can't be olive oil. I always use the original because some things, they have butter flavor, they have all these flavors, but some things aren't supposed to be in some recipes. You could use the butter flavor on this because there's butter in the dough. We cut the butter in the dough. But I would stick with pan. We have all kinds of olive oil. This stuff, something like that, here's another pan. It's olive oil spray. That's for the air fryer. Don't waste your time. This is expensive, more expensive than that. The spray pan. Don't waste your money on that. You could use it, this kind, but I wouldn't. Why? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to flour this surface. I do have a rolling pin. Here we go. All right, so I want to make it, this dough, which is weird for a cheesecake, but okay. I'm going to make it big enough to cover the bottom. So that's what we're on right now. What we're on to. My hands are clean. I want to say it wants a floured surface. Oh. And like I said, this dough feels like Play-Doh. Really does. Funky. But okay. But I've never made this recipe before, and like I said, it's
a learning experience.
Old. So we're just going to start pressing it. Put some on here. And it's cold because they wanted us to put it in. There you go. It's working out good. All right, guys. I think one more roll. All right. We're just following instructions. We'll tell you how good it is or not. It says not to press it. Just put it in the pan. Okay. I don't know. I found this back in the 90s, so we're gonna do this. It says place the dough in the tin without stretching. Okay, got that. Now we're moving. My side is gonna be all dirty, so I think we should clean the side first because we got flour everywhere. Let me just wipe that up because we're moving to the stand mixer right now. And just wipe up this flour. We don't want all this stuff getting everywhere. There's more than enough of flour.
It definitely makes life easy when you clean as you cook. You don't have such a big mess when you're done, and you can just enjoy the outcome of your cooking.
I gotta clean the floor afterwards too, but that's okay. Alright, just let me wipe this up. And I'll wipe up the floor. I made a mess. My husband tells me I'm not allowed to use flour. This is what happens. This is what happens, people. I'm sorry. I got it everywhere. See? Yeah, I'm not allowed to use flour. Alright, let me just rinse my hands off. Well, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Turkey's out, ready to defrost. It's coming up. Alright. Let's go to the stand mixer at this point. Let me get my paddle. Alright. Okay, paddle's attached. Now this recipe says beat cream cheese. Now it calls for 1.5 pounds of cream cheese. It didn't say to soften it, but I know from cooking cheesecakes, you have to soften it. So 3 pounds, 8 ounces, is 24 ounces. Pound and a half, not 3 pounds, I'm sorry. That's 3 blocks of cream cheese. So we're gonna, it's already softened, you can see it's squishy. It's gonna be easier to handle. So let me get the scissors. I'll get the scissors, cut this open. Soap wants cream cheese, 3 blocks. It doesn't say 3 blocks, it just says 1.5 pounds. I had to do the math. Okay, I like doing the math. I'm an accountant. Alright. Here is 1 block. And I'm just telling you from knowing how to make cheesecakes, it's better softened. Butter's better using when very cold on a cheesecake. That way. Alright, so that's one block. And we're using Philadelphia cream cheese. You can use the store brand. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. What do you think, John? You think it matters?
I don't think it matters either. But Philadelphia, that's what we all
If
grew up on.
Right. If you want to do a non-fat version, you can do that. What is it called? Nut Patel? It's next to the cream cheese. It's the same thing. Tastes the same to me. It doesn't taste any different, but... Alright, that's 2 blocks. That's 16 ounces. Each block is 8 ounces. It's going to make a lot of filling. I hope it should fit in the spring form. I've never had to make dough for a cheesecake in my life. But okay, we're following this recipe. We're going out on a limb for you guys. Alright. Of course, I'm making a mess. That's my middle name, Mess. Just like Scary Spice, the hair. Alright. So we got the oven already going at 350. While me make this filling. Alright, so that's 3 blocks. That's 1.5 pounds of cheese, people. Okay, so now it's telling me oil. I need 1/4 cup of oil. When I'm baking, I use canola oil. So we're going to use canola oil. That would be this one. Just get her refill my oil. Alright. 1/4 cup. Oh, I need more canola. Alright. Doesn't matter what oil you use. You can even use vegetable oil. It really doesn't matter. We just use canola. Alright. I think that... It's like 4 ounces. That's what 1/4 cup is. 4 ounces. Alright. So I'm going to add the oil. Alright. Oil. Now they want sugar. Sugar. They want 2 tablespoons of sugar. You know. Wait a minute. Oil, sugar, and now they want 3 eggs. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of the sugar. Oop, I have to make a mess in my kitchen. It's not me if I'm not making a mess. 2 tablespoons of sugar. All right. Then it says to add 3 egg yolks. So we're going to have to separate some eggs here, people. Big mess here. Alright. So now we got our homegrown eggs, which you can never get out of this egg thing. Okay. Using it to lift the eggs. Alright. We gotta separate some eggs. Alright. Oop. Right.
Uno.
Numero dos. Next egg. These are homegrown eggs. Right. Cut it off.
Yep, now all she's doing is she's separating the white from the yolk, and we're just using the yolks.
No, well, right now. have a fancy egg separator. I'm lazy. I just do it the old school way. Yolks.
It's how we were taught.
All right. So did it want the yolks? It wanted the yolks. Okay. It wants yolks. Let's put the yolks in here. I want to get all of it. Eggs are good and everything. Eggs are good. High protein. Good stuff. Alright. So we'll put that away. Alright. Clean up some of this stuff. Get it out of my way. Believe me, my kitchen starts off clean. It just doesn't. Alright. Alright, so this can go away. Alright. Now it says to add cornstarch. It wants a 1/4 cup. Okay. Oop, this is used. What's the other one? I may have another one.
It's hanging.
Oh, it's hanging. Let me make sure this is dried out. And my cornstarch sticking. It's calling for a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Use any kind. Just no. Cornstarch is cornstarch. I have the Spanish kind. It was on sale. It's just cornstarch. Alright, let's see. 1/4 cup. Okay. 1/4 cup of cornstarch going in. Alright. Vanilla. It wants 5 drops of vanilla extract. Use any vanilla extract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little heavy-handed, but okay. I'm gonna need milk, so I need 1/2 cup of milk. Let me be right back and show them what's in the bowl. Now I use 2% milk in my house. You can use whole milk. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It'll all work the same. 1/2 cup milk. So let's get that 1/2 cup in there. We'll mix it with the egg there. 1/2 cup. All right. Like I said, I use 2%, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. All right. And mix until smooth. Lock the blender. We're doing it on slow because it's going to be messy.
Squish, 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 squish.
Squish, squish. And I'm going to raise it up a little. Not too high. You don't want to go high, it'll be all over the place. Even medium's all over the place. We're trying to get this incorporated as much as possible. The cream cheese isn't going to cooperate, but it cooperated a lot better than having a very cold block of cream cheese, I'll tell you that. I've never had an issue with cheesecake and being overbeaten, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I really wouldn't worry too much about clumps because they will melt in the oven. Alright, I'm going to take this out. It's clumpy, it's okay, it's gonna melt. And I gotta wash this stuff off because we're gonna have to beat the egg whites into stiff peaks, like you're making, what is it called? Whipped cream, sorry. Had a brain fart. Happens when you get old, people. Happens when you get old and lack of vitamin D. Just gonna take this off as much as I can. I'm gonna wash this off. I'll rinse this off. It doesn't need to be washed, but we'll rinse it. I'm gonna transfer it into a separate bowl because I don't have a hand mixer, so I'll need this for it. This is going to get folded into it's like they're describing a whipped cream. I got to beat egg whites until they're stiff peaks. So I'm going to have to fold this cream cheese mixture into that. So I'm going to need the blender again. I don't have a stand mixer. A regular hand blender. I get an immersion blender, but I don't think it'll work. Alright, let me just clean this out. Sorry guys. Multiple steps here. Alright. Get the dish towel. I'll try that out. We don't want to overwater our egg whites. Okay, dry. I'm going to put this on here.
Don't forget to lock it in place.
It's going to be locked. Alright, so it wants us to beat the egg whites until it forms stiff peaks, just like I said. Oh, I forgot I got another one. Oh, I did have another one. My husband must have got rid of it. Oh, right there. Imagine that. Okay. So we're going to dump our egg whites in there. I can probably use, actually, the whipped cream one. Alright, here we go. Lock it in. Lock it. It's loud. I don't know why it's loud. Sorry, guys. You just gotta keep mixing it. It'll turn into stiff peaks. Takes a little bit. You ever made butter? That's a good one. Maybe I'll teach you how to make butter with heavy cream not starting from that.
Definitely not a fast process, but it'll happen. There you go. It's frothing really nice now.
Yeah, it is. We want 50. The only thing that's missing different than the whipped cream would be a little vanilla, a little sugar. Other than that, it's the same process to make whipped cream. Now it's frothing nicely. Sorry guys, my KitchenAids are very coagulating. Oh, science, guys. Starting to get thicker. Getting thicker. See it getting thicker? What we want, keep going. Like I said, guys, this recipe came from the 90s. I don't know where it came from. I printed it out somewhere. I can't give credit to anybody. I don't know where it came from. But it looked good, so I said I'll try it. Okay, it took years to try it.
Now we're showing this in real time, so you don't cut your time frame short and don't take it off too early. There's a certain consistency you're looking for.
And when we get there, I'll show you. Well, actually, I can show them what we're not looking for. Not done. You see this? It's not forming stiff peaks yet. It's just... It's almost there. It's almost there. But it has to be able to stick up straight by its own. We got a little while to go. We're almost there. Yep, take it. See how it's sticking on the bottom of the spinner here? The whisk? See how it's
fluffy.
Like whipped cream. I'll give this another minute, but I think it's basically done. I don't want it to fall down when we add it to our cream cheese mixture. it's sticking on your blade, and it's forming a peak in the bowl. It just stands straight up. When you touch it, that's what you're looking for. So I'll clean off this mixer, get rid of this. Now it wants us to fold that in. Folding is just what it is. You can't mix the cream cheese with it because you'll end up flattening it. Lose consistency. It wants it fluffy. Look at that. It's like Cool Whip. So I'm going to get it out of here. I don't know, guys. We were crazy in the 90s. You remember.
You have no idea how crazy we were.
Yeah, you remember. Come on. Back in the day. We didn't use helmets. So we're just going to fold it in here.
Yeah. We drank water from a garden hose, too.
And we didn't have a car seat. Or it was one that wasn't going to save you anyway.
We didn't have safe zones.
No.
On road trips, we would fall asleep on the rear deck of the car.
We would drive in the back of a station wagon. Just mixing this in, folding it. I don't know how this is going to come out, guys, but following the recipe. If it's a disaster, you'll know you wasted your time watching this video. Sorry, guys.
Either way, we're having fun doing what we're doing.
I like being with you guys. Just folding. 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 And it says to put it in. I have a spring form pan. That's a cheesecake pan. I have already sprayed it. We put the dough inside that we skipped making the first thing. So now we're going to pour this in here, our cheese mixture. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Come on, guys. It's got to taste good no matter what it comes out like, right?
Yeah, it's cream cheese.
Yeah,
But
yeah, cream cheese. It's got all
an
the
egg.
good stuff. 3 eggs, 4 eggs.
It's got a couple major food groups in there.
Yeah.
You can have it for dinner. And
Hey, you made dough. There's also bread in there. Hey, how about that? Maybe that's what they were thinking of in the 90s. I don't know. I don't make my cheesecakes like this, but it's interesting. All right. Okay. All right.
Give it a little smooth and level her out a little bit.
Okay. I like to slam it. Not slam it, but I don't want to break my counter.
Tap it on the counter to help level off.
Correct. Oh! It's all over the place. I think we slammed enough. Alright. I'm a messy cook, guys. Now it says to bake 50 to 60 minutes or until the wooden pick insert and center comes out clean. So here we go. Our oven is preheated to 350. And I'm just going to put it right in the oven. I'm going to set our timer for 50 minutes and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. We'll be back. Hi guys, okay. So it cooked for 62 minutes in the oven. Now it says to shut the oven off when the toothpick comes out clean. Shut the oven off and leave the door ajar. You see my door's ajar? So now we have to wait until it cools off. That's another hour. All right, we'll be back. Okay, guys, it has cooled, not to the extent that we want, but it's getting late. We let the oven open for an hour. Let's take a look at the finished product. It looks amazing. It looks really good. Looks like a cheesecake.
I want to try and get light right, because right now it just looks like a big old.
Okay, it looks like a cheesecake. It's nice and browned on the top. Oh, it's separating though. Gotta watch. All right, let me get a butter knife. Separating on top when I released it. It's still warm. We want to get it fully cool.
It's gonna have to cool a little bit longer before I think we can cut into it.
Right. Oh, it fell apart.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. But
Yes.
it looks like a cheesecake.
I'm a slide.
John will eat it. How is it? Good. Good.
Turn camera and get me.
How is it, Mr. John?
Oh my God. I think I just had a mouth, what do you call it? I'm not going to say the word, but y'all
He
know
had
what
a
I mean.
party in his mouth.
And it's delicious.
Really? From
Yes.
the 19... Sorry, it did fall apart, but it's still going to taste amazing. Shut one of those lights off. There you go. Look how nice that looks. No,
Okay.
there you go. Look how nice that... It browned on the top. Correct. It browned on the top. John says it tastes amazing.
I just need a fork.
We're going to cut into this. And I hope you try this video. I hope you try the recipe in the video. I'm sorry. I'm giving it back to Mr. John. I hope you try this. We're going to try it. We're going to enjoy it. And maybe you might make it for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Yeah, there was a little piccata issue with the crust. But let me cut into that with the crust, Mr. John, because that was different.
Cuts beautifully.
Yeah.
It's staying together.
Oh, sorry. That was me. It's still cooling. We'll get Mr. John eating the crust, because that's different. Mr. John, try the crust on the bottom, because that was different. Is it good? It was worth it?
Very good.
I love these old recipes. I love these old... I never thought to make a pie crust for the bottom of a cheesecake.
No, it's very, very good. It's definitely a different twist, but very, very good.
Different. I hope you try it, guys, and I hope you like it. Yes, it became piccata on the ends on this side, but you'll be okay. Everybody will eat it anyway. We hope you come back, like, share, and subscribe, and we got a little tidbit for you next week.
Oh,
and
finish what,
go ahead.
What you're saying.
Go ahead, Mr. John.
And thank you to the friend of ours that saw and liked the video and actually reached out to me personally, Miss Kimberly.
Oh, Miss Kimberly,
Thank
I heard
you
about
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you watching our
We
video
certainly
and
do.
sharing the video with your friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Kimberly. Thank you, Miss Dear. We hope you come back. We hope you all come back. Thank you. Subscribe, share, and if we grow, you guys grow. Let's go. Peace.